I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Oh, shit.
Rice TVX, the Mike's Live Wire, American Pitbull, real gold buyer, sound money advocate, rights defender. In the crypto arena, he's the top contender. From the gritty streets of the digital age, Rice lays wisdom, chapter and page. Silver, gold, he stores only the bold. Land, life, and liberty, these values hold. Constitution, deep dive, knowledge revival. Navigate the system, critical for survival. Rice engraved like inscriptions on metal. Pitbull in the game, lead foot on the pedal. Land acquirer, a strategic mind. In the fight for freedom, he's frontline. Educator on rights, the law he'll explain. Chris Rice, the Pitbull, breaking the chain. In the arena where truths collide, Rice TVX, the certified guide. Silver and gold, land and rights. American Pitbull in the freedom fights. In a world of chaos, he's the calm in the storm. Teaching the masses, ready to inform. Keys to crypto, rights we cherish. His wisdom like paths that others perish. Guardian of wealth, from digital to ancient. His legacy crafted, fearless and patient.
Greetings and welcome. Thank you for tuning in for the newest episode of Rice Crypto. Give me that 5x5 if you can hear me loud and clear. Take an opportunity to smash that like button. We are live streaming right now on YouTube, Rumble, and X. I have links down below for all the above. Make sure you are subscribed and following, and here we go. All right, before we begin, a quick message from the one sponsor of Rice TVX who makes it possible for me to do this thing for you full time, because YouTube definitely does not pay the bills. Got to give a shout out to Presearch, which is a decentralized search engine with AI that rewards. Not only can you earn the pre-token, they have pre-GPT, and you can also use their AI search results in their regular searches. You can always find information in every single video description for Presearch. And real quick, a message from the channel so you know how to subscribe to both of my channels, where you can sign up for my mailing list and all that good stuff happening for you right meow. Don't forget to visit ricetvx.com, where you can watch both of my YouTube channels, Rice Crypto and Rice Against the Grain, directly. Find all of my social media links, sign up for my mailing list, and become a member of Rice Uncensored, where you can join me on the private side for less than $0.25 a day. You will get early access to both Rice Crypto and Rice Against the Grain, ad-free, unedited videos, exclusive content, members-only forum with direct access to me, live streams, and more to come, only at ricetvx.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for tuning in for today's live stream. I scheduled this thing late. I don't generally do streams at 7:30, but I needed to get a stream out today because I did not stream yesterday or today, and I was planning on getting it done earlier. I just have had a hell of a day. So if you have not smashed that like button, please take an opportunity to do so. It would be greatly appreciated. Shout out to everybody in the house. Right now we have Knox Bill, Mr. X. Always a pleasure seeing you. X in the house. We have Meta Pop joining us. Tara Spence, get ready for a pump and dump on this news. David Gelfand, appreciate you tuning in. ISO Jetpack JO229. Appreciate you tuning in. I am 4am. Good seeing you, my friend. Always a pleasure. Shout out to Texas, all the way from North Kakalaki. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and get a quick screen share going on here. All right. So the first thing I want to share is, if you guys are not already following Billy Goat Tales over on the X, make sure you take an opportunity to follow. Billy Goat Tales is where crypto community meets on X. They grow friendship and empower each other to succeed in business and personally give a giver's gain ethos every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Today is Tuesday. That means it's going to be happening today, 9 p.m. Eastern time. You can follow at Billy Goat Tales, and you can check out chapter 27. I'm going to be bringing Billy on the show so he can talk all about this thing. Each chapter is going to be an NFT, and I think they're all going to be together as a book as well in the form of an NFT. But I will be bringing Billy on the show so he can talk all about Billy Goat Tales. It's going to be happening tonight, so make sure you guys tune in. And again, we are live streaming currently on the YouTube, the Rumble, and the X. If you're not following me on X, you can follow me at RiceTVX. And the Rumble and the YouTube links are down below in the video description. Now, bear with me 1 second as I get everything situated. So there's a few things that I want to talk about today. Let me check my mic level. Looks like we are good on the mic level. Got to put on the reading glasses because I'm an old man. And let's switch this up. Okay. So we've seen some recent gains in prices. Bitcoin in the past 7 days is up over 14%, sitting at over $70,000 at the time of recording this, or the time of doing this live stream. 5/21/2024, 7:38 p.m. at the current time, sitting over $70,000, up over 14% in the past 7 days on Bitcoin alone. Now, right below that, Ethereum is over $3,800. It's sitting at almost 3.5% for the 24 hours, and it's sitting at right under 32% gain in the past 7 days. So why is that? That is because we have the impending Ethereum ETF, which a lot of people are speculating is going to pass. It looks like it is going to pass, and we're going to get into that. But before I talk about the Ethereum ETF, I did want to talk about this crypto legislation that's going on. Now, I like to use Coin Market Cap and CoinGecko. I like to make comparisons amongst both of these. Let me go ahead and turn this on to dark mode. And we're still sitting at about the same price. We're over 70K on Bitcoin and over 3,800 on Ethereum. So it's not much of a difference in the two price sites. Okay. So tomorrow, what we have going on is the FIT21 Act, FIT21 Act. And that's a Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act. That's what stands for FIT21. It represents a significant stride towards comprehensive digital asset regulation in the United States. Introduced to provide a clear regulatory framework, FIT21 aims to address the long-standing uncertainties that have plagued the digital asset ecosystem. This legislation has been seen as a milestone for cryptocurrency industry, which has been hindered by regulatory ambiguity and inconsistent enforcement. Everything I'm going to be screen sharing is linked down below in the video description, so you guys can check this out on your own. But something I didn't know, and I'll come back to FIT21 here in just a minute, but we also had a bipartisan bill for blockchain competitiveness that passed through the House yesterday. This was reported on Cointelegraph. The Deploying American Blockchains Act of 2023 gives Commerce Department a role in advancing blockchain technologies. So we had, as the crypto community awaits the United States House of Representatives votes on the FIT21 Act, it passed another more modest pro-crypto bill, the Deploying American Blockchains Act of 2023, which was approved by a margin of 334 to 79. This bipartisan bill directs the Secretary of Commerce, her name is Gina Raimondo, to take actions necessary and appropriate to promote the competitiveness of the United States in blockchain technology or other distributed ledger technology. The bill establishes the Secretary as the principal presidential advisor on blockchain and gives the Secretary several responsibilities that include policy development, research, and promotion of the technology. It also mandates the formation of any advisory committee for the Secretary to be made up of government, industry, academic, and cultural representatives to and to present an annual report to Congress. So this is HR 6572, an act to direct the Secretary of Commerce to take action as necessary and appropriate to promote the competitiveness of the United States related to the deployment, use, and application and competitiveness of blockchain technologies and other distributed ledger technologies, and for other purposes. You can read this on your own. The bill was, see here. The bill's opponents were crypto skeptics Sean Casten, Bill Foster, Brad Sherman, and pro-crypto Cynthia Lummis's lower house colleague, Harriet Hagman. It talks about Casten, who was the lead sponsor, along with Sherman, Foster, and others, of the Blockchain Integrity Act, which was introduced in the House on May 7th. The bill would ban the use of crypto mixing services for 2 years while the Treasury Department prepared for an assessment of them. The bill has yet to come up for a vote. So we have lots of different crypto legislation, not just this FIT21. And this particular piece of legislation did pass through, again, 334 to 79, which shows that we have Democrats and Republicans working together in forms of cryptocurrency. So maybe we will not see a bipartisan issue take place with crypto, and people will see the innovation that needs to be taking place with the United States. So in case you weren't aware of that, man, and you're enjoying this live stream and you're learning something, it would be greatly appreciated if you take an opportunity to smash that like button. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that like button. If you're watching on Rumble, hit that like and repost if you're watching over on the X side. So going back to the FIT21, this is going for vote tomorrow. And we have the genesis of FIT21. It was introduced by the House Financial Services and Agricultural Committees, reflecting a bipartisan effort to bring clarity and stability to the digital asset market. It gives key proponents. And the act was developed in response to the growing demand for a regulatory environment that supports innovation while safeguarding investors. Now, with this particular HR 6572, known otherwise as Deploying American Blockchains Act of 2023, one good thing I will say that I've notated from this, and this is a tweet that came from @MartyPartyMusic. Great site, great information. If you want to kind of keep up to date with some interesting news. He posts that more evidence something has changed in the administrative level of the United States regarding crypto. We now see a second company moving back their headquarters to mainland USA. Circle, which is behind USDC, the stablecoin, announced moving back to the US last week. And now Galaxy Digital are officially moving this via S4 filing as a Delaware corporation coming back to the United States. So we see Circle and Galaxy Digital both bringing their headquarters back to the United States. So these guys must know something that we don't know, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be positive for retail investors. I want to take a moment here and see what we got going on in the live chat. I do appreciate everybody for taking the time to join. Greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Let's see here. Not going to read that out loud, but I'll let you guys see that. You don't need to put the same comment more than once. Crypto adoption coming, so I would only appreciate you just doing it one time. That would be greatly appreciated. I am says I was on Litecoin Lisa show again yesterday. I have 2 of your stickers in my background. Awesome. Thank you, my friend. Memories with Mike. Good evening to you. Awesome. Awesome. Isn't Sherman a banker dweeb? Seems sus. That's, well, we're talking about Sherman introducing an act that has to do with mixers. Okay, so there's lots of different legislation that's going through right now. The one that passed through is not the same bill that Sherman has something to do with. That deals with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency mixers. And we're talking about things to the effect of like Tornado Cash, or what we have seen recently with Samurai Wallet and what they were offering with their mixer shuffler service. So to continue reading here, the key provisions of the FIT21 Act seek to delineate the regulatory responsibilities of the SEC and the CFTC. The Act aims to clarify, and this is important, clarify the jurisdictional boundaries between these two regulatory bodies, which has been a major source of confusion. The SEC will oversee digital assets clarified as securities, which is how it's supposed to be, while the CFTC will regulate commodities and derivatives, which is how it's supposed to be. Additionally, the legislation includes robust consumer protection measures designed to prevent fraud and market manipulation. It mandates comprehensive disclosure requirements for digital asset issuers and establishes clear guidelines for market participants. Now, I am not a fan of government regulation, period, but I will say that if we have to discuss regulation, there is some positive regulation taking place. Most of the regulation that I've seen has been very negative when it comes to cryptocurrency. So it's good to see some positive legislation. And this is going to be voted on tomorrow, the 22nd of May. And in case you don't know what's special about the 22nd of May, tomorrow, and this actually rhymes, tomorrow is Bitcoin Pizza Day. I will be doing a live stream tomorrow at either 2 or 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. And I will be joined in co-streaming with my brother from another mother, Mr. Crypto Blood, CBTV. I love crypto. Definitely lots happening in June as well. Yeah, there's a lot happening for the rest of this month of May and going into June. So it's so much that I'm not even completely on top because I didn't even know about this legislation that got passed yesterday. I thought we only had the FIT21 legislation. Blockchain trends. Hector, what's going on, my friend? Circle is a campaign donor of Cynthia Loomis's, so they're getting preferred treatment over Tether. Yes, but they both work with government agencies. They both worked with the FBI. They both can freeze funds. They're both programmable. There's no difference between USDC, Tether, and a CBDC. I'll say that again. There is no difference between USDC or Tether or most other stable coins than a CBDC. They are the same. It's just another word for the same thing, which is programmable currency. So to continue on, again, if you haven't smashed that like button, I greatly appreciate you taking an opportunity to do that. We're going to be finishing up this live stream probably in about the next 30 to 40 minutes. So that way you guys can tune in for the Billy Goat Tales that I mentioned at the beginning of the live stream at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, which is just a little over an hour away from right now. Okay, so some of the challenges that we see and criticisms, despite the positive reception, FIT21 has faced some criticism and challenges. Critics argue that the legislation still might leave certain regulatory gaps and ambiguities. I hate that word. There are concerns about how effectively the SEC and CFTC will collaborate to enforce the new rules. Some industry stakeholders also worry about potential overregulation that could stifle innovation. Additionally, the political landscape poses challenges to the swift passage and implementation of FIT21. While the bill has garnered bipartisan support, it must still navigate the complexities of congressional approval and potential amendments. Future prospects, you can read that on your own. So the FIT21 Act, and this comes from zerocap.com, and this is part of their insights. It's designed to regulate the digital asset industry in the U.S. It aims to provide clear regulatory guidelines by delineating the responsibilities between the SEC and the CFTC. This act seeks to support innovation while ensuring robust consumer protections and preventing fraud. Now, one thing I do want to notate, and this will be talked about more in a future episode, is there may not be much of a difference between the SEC and the CFTC. I mean, they're both government agencies, and we could see innovation being stifled. So we're not really sure how the CFTC is going to act if they are the ones in charge of the commodities and derivatives. So don't think that just because the CFTC might be in charge of things that are not deemed securities, that they're going to, it's just going to be going, everything's to the moon. Don't think that necessarily these government agencies are going to be pro-crypto in the aspect of the retail investor. How will FIT21 impact the digital asset industry? The FIT21 Act is expected to bring significant clarity and stability to the digital asset market, encouraging investment and innovation by offering a clear regulatory framework. It aims to enhance the competitiveness of U.S.-based digital asset businesses globally, fostering a more secure and innovative environment for market participants. And the challenges it faces, despite its potential benefits, FIT21 Act faces challenges such as potential regulatory gaps and the need for effective collaboration between the SEC and CFTC. There are also concerns about overregulation, stifling innovation, and political complexities of passing the legislation through Congress remain a significant hurdle. And their conclusion is it's a landmark piece of legislation that aims to provide much needed clarity and stability in the U.S. digital asset market by delineating regulatory responsibilities and enhancing consumer protections. FIT21 has the potential to foster innovation and strengthen the U.S. position in the global digital asset landscape. While challenges remain, the bipartisan support for FIT21 underscores the recognition of the importance of the well-regulated digital asset ecosystem. There is a FAQ, frequently asked questions, if you guys want to check that out and read the rest of this in its entirety on your own time, and I definitely encourage you to do so. Something that made me think about this was the recent clip from Donald Trump, where he was talking to donors at a private Mar-a-Lago event, and he was asked a question about how he would help cryptocurrency companies that are leaving the United States because of the lack of clarity with regulation. I'm gonna play that real quick.
They are against it. The Biden doesn't even know what it is. If you ask Biden, sir, are you for or against crypto? What's that? What the? Get me off the stage. He's saying, get me off the stage. No, he has no idea. But look, Gensler is very much against it. The Democrats are very much against it. And I say this, a lot of people are very much for it, probably a lot of the people in this group. And I'm fine with it. I want to make sure it's good and solid and everything else, but I'm good with it. And if you like crypto in any form, and it comes in a lot of different forms, if you're in favor of crypto, you better vote for Trump.
If you're in favor of crypto, you better vote for Trump. And that was the clip that I did not mean to play. This is the one I meant to play.
Thank you for the statement. Yeah, with the goggles on.
A lot of the smartest people in crypto are moving their businesses out of the U.S. because they're scared of the U.S.'s regulations.
Because of the hostility.
Correct.
Yeah, crypto is moving out of the U.S. because of hostility toward crypto.
Correct. So what are you going to do to stop it?
Well, we'll stop it because I don't want that. I don't want that. I want that. If we're going to embrace it, we have to let them be here.
Yes, sir.
So I reported on this last week, and when I did, I had mentioned that it looks like that crypto is being weaponized, and this is going to become a bipartisan issue where the Republicans are going to be for crypto and the Democrats are going to be against crypto. And so far, I've been proven wrong. Again, I don't know what the intentions are when it comes down to it, but there is positive legislation being passed, introduced, and there's positive things happening. Now, the next thing that I wanted to move on to, and again, I want to encourage you, if you guys have not, no, that really is Trump. I promise you that really is Trump. Okay. I've vetted it, checked it. That's Trump. Okay. If you guys have not taken an opportunity to smash that like button, that's one thing that you can do that's absolutely free, that supports what I do, and it would be greatly appreciated. If you guys happen to be watching on the X side, those reposts help as well. We've got, I'll tell you how many viewers we got everywhere real quick. What's going on? We got 23 people watching on the YouTube side, 37 people watching over on the X side, and it looks like about 8 people watching on the Rumble side. If you guys can please take an opportunity to smash that like button. If you're not already subscribed, I greatly appreciate if you take an opportunity to subscribe to the channel. Bear with me one moment while I get everything up on screen rolling. Be great to have somebody help me out with running these live streams, if somebody knows how to do like production, live production, and things like that. And let's see here. I'm going to be talking about this Ethereum ETF going on in just a second, so bear with me just one moment. Again, thank you for joining. I appreciate everybody for taking the time. Jonah Curry, again, Mr. X, thanks for joining. Jason Lenz, definitely curious as to your thoughts on Terrence Howard's Joe Rogan interview. I watched it and I'm amazed by it. I'm probably going to be doing something about that on my other channel, Rice Against the Grain, which I've been slacking on. So I will be covering that, but that is 3 hours of greatness. It's kind of like the electric universe theory. He made a lot of sense, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens when it comes to him debating and other constituents, peers in the scientific industry, and how that they take his research and whether it's able to be debunked or if it's something that in fact is true. I will say that he's an intelligent guy. He surprised me immensely. I mean, I've seen the Oxford speech, and as a matter of fact, it was I think it was Saturday, I sent a message to Crypto Blood asking him if he had seen it, and he said no. And I'm like, well, have you seen the Terrence Howard Oxford speech? And he said no. So I'm like, you got to watch the Oxford speech first and then dive into the Joe Rogan episode, because it is crazy. It's crazy. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Rice, is that corn or is that rice? It looks like corn. There is a rice emoji, but thank you. Brett Codd, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. No wonder they cracked all the historical bells. Okay, so we're going to get in and talk about this Ethereum ETF because, and I thought I had this image saved. I need to go to my Telegram real quick and see if I can get this pulled up. And I may have to send it to myself. Thought I had everything ready for today's live stream, but in fact, it looks like I was wrong because there's an image that I wanted to share with everybody. Actually, I don't have to download it. If it's here, I can just pull it up. Where are you? You don't look like you're here. Okay, so I should be able to send it to myself. And then we can pull it up. And then we can talk about this stuff. Because I found out something really interesting when it comes to Ethereum and what's going on. All right, there we go. See how large I can get this bad boy. Oh, that's way big. Too big. That doesn't really work very well, but all right, let's get this up on screen regardless. So we go ahead and stop this screen share. And I appreciate you guys bearing with me because we are doing this thing live, and this is how it rolls. Sometimes you run into issues when you do live streams. Okay, I thought that I had the image pulled up. Oh, here's where it's at. Okay. Make sure I got this up on screen. Okay, so here I'm going to pull this up full screen so everybody can see this. This is the Ethereum ETF, Spot ETF ticker that's going on for the different companies, okay? Right here over on your left-hand side, you have your companies with the actual ticker. If I come over here, yeah, VanEck, ARC21, Hashtag, Grayscale, Futures Trust, Grayscale Regular Trust, Conversion, the Invesco Galaxy, iShares Ethereum Trust here, as well as Fidelity's Ethereum Fund. Now, enlarging this, coming back here, final deadline date. We can see that the VanEck Ethereum ETF final deadline date is 5/23/24. You will notice that right now it is 5/21/24. So 5/23/24 is in 2 days. That is this Thursday. So we're either going to get this thing approved or denied in the next, wouldn't be 24 hours, but 48 hours, less than 48 hours. So, because it would be before 5 p.m. Eastern time that the SEC would make that announcement. So with that being said, let me stop this screen share and come back to the other screen share. And again, all this is linked down below so that you guys can check this out on your own. Watcher Guru was reporting yesterday, and this is the reason why you've seen Ethereum jump up in price the way that it did. So if we're looking at the Ethereum chart here on CoinMarketCap, the data is loading, and we're doing this on 1 day basis. Where do we have smaller time frames? 7 days. Okay, so you can see where we had that jump yesterday and where we're still continuing up. The reason why we've seen this increase in price with Ethereum, which is up almost 32%, as I mentioned, is because there is speculation from the Watcher.Guru X account just in. Spot Ethereum ETF approval odds increased to 75% from 25% initially, according to Bloomberg ETF analyst. So the price went up yesterday, and it's still gone up. So people are still expecting that this thing is going to get approved. Some of the reason is, and this comes from Watcher.Guru's website, SEC informs exchanges it may approve spot Ethereum ETFs. This was reported today, and this came from a source from Barron Report. The SEC has informed exchanges it's leaning towards approving the spot Ethereum ETFs, according to the Barron Report on Monday. Reports came out the SEC was changing their mind on the future of Ethereum funds, and the agency decided to speed up the process of reviewing applicants' documents. Presently, the SEC permits ETFs holdings, Ether's futures, but this approval would allow them to hold the currency itself. Yesterday, the SEC asked the exchanges to update their 19B-4 filings for the spot Ethereum ETFs. The agency looks to be speeding towards the potential approval by a crucial Thursday deadline. Furthermore, the Ethereum ETF to be approved, the SEC must approve the 19B-4S exchange rule changes in S1 registration statements upon approval of both. All the ETF applicants will likely be approved simultaneously, allowing the funds to go live. So, this also comes from Marty Party Music, who I shared earlier. And again, I definitely encourage you to check out and follow his X account. But he mentions that Fidelity files amended S1 application with SEC and it removes staking. Staking seems to be the last obstacle. This right here link I do not have in the video description, but it's attached to the article so you guys can see this. This is the pre-effective Amendment 1 to Forms S1 registration statement under the Securities Act of 1933. We're seeing Ethereum ETF applicants ditch staking language in temporary concessions to the SEC. So the Spot Ethereum ETF filers have removed mention of staking funds from their registration statements. One analyst said they bent the knee to the SEC. So basically, they're not allowing the staking aspect. Staking refers to the process through which users delegate Ethereum tokens to the network in exchange for rewards. It became a core component of Ethereum's security model with the network's long-planned shift to a proof-of-stake consensus model in 2022. So Fidelity dropped the language regarding the staking of consumer funds in its proposed ETFs, as well as all the other companies that also did that as well. Now, so that does look like we are going to have an Ethereum ETF get passed 100%, but it is not going to include staking. So I was talking with Blood because I was trying to get Blood to do this live stream with me, but he had plans and he was not able to do this live stream. And I decided to do it anyways. I was asking Blood, how is it, or is it possible? Because this is, I don't try to understand or want to understand or even want to know all the rules or most of the rules that the TradFi system plays by. But there's been a lot of talk from Gary Gensler prior to this that Ethereum, per him, is a security. It's the Hinman files, previous SEC employees saying that Ethereum was not a security, but Gensler is saying it's a security. So I'm like, can they take something that is deemed a security and make it an ETF? Which I didn't think was possible. But I was corrected. This is something that I learned. And this was from a AI generated answer. And I'm not going to promote the platform that used it, but it was not pre-search, unfortunately. But this information just came really handy, and it's quite telling. So yes, the SEC can issue an ETF on something that's considered a security. I'll say that again. Yes, the SEC can offer an ETF on something that's considered a security as long as the SEC staff is directed to work with the applicant to create a structure that fits within the law. It goes on to explain what an ETF is. And it says the SEC has not established a comprehensive listing standard for ETFs. Instead, each aspiring issuer must typically be approved by the SEC under an exemption to the Investment Company Act of 1940 and other security regulations. The ETF Rule 6C-11 allows the SEC to eliminate certain regulatory requirements that create these ETF speed bumps. This has become known as exemptive relief because funds could get their products onto the market much quicker and cheaper. To rely on Rule 6C-11, an ETF must comply with certain conditions designed to protect investors and be consistent with the purposes of the Investment Company Act. So with that being said, we could see Ethereum, the Ethereum ETF, the Spot Ethereum ETF get passed, which is excluded the language of staking from the proof of stake model when Ethereum switched over from a proof of work to a proof of stake, offering a reward with the staking. The SEC could still deem Ethereum as a security. We're not quite sure who's going to handle Ethereum since there hasn't been a complete designation officially whether Ethereum is a commodity like Bitcoin or a security. If it's deemed a security, again, that ETF can still be offered. But how is that going to affect Ethereum and the Ethereum network if Ethereum is deemed a security? Not only that, how is that going to affect the entire cryptocurrency industry? It could set a precedent if Ethereum is deemed a security, while offering the Spot Ethereum ETF that excludes the staking, of which makes the Ethereum a security. It's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, because it seems like a lot of the reason why Ethereum was pushing to move to from proof of work to proof of stake was because of this ridiculous argument that was going on in the mainstream media about the energy consumptiveness of mining Bitcoin. So it was almost pushing people into a green direction. And then when people try to be green to satisfy the greenies, then they just turn around and say, well, now you're a security. And now we're going to have a problem. We're going to be able to control your asset. We're going to be able to control what you do. And it's very unfortunate, because if Ethereum is deemed as a security, and I'm not saying 100% it will, but if it is deemed as a security, that is going to set a precedent for all the other projects in the cryptocurrency space. The only cryptos that I think are safe, aside from the ones that have gotten directly registered with the SEC, like Stacks, a layer 2 for Bitcoin, is Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and all the forks of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin. I'm sure there's others. Digibyte, I believe, would be in that category. This would be coins that had a fair launch, that did not do an ICO. An ICO is just a slick way of getting around an IPO. So we do have positive regulation coming in the United States, but is it going to be positive for the retail investor? That's what I want to know what you think. I want to know what you think about what's going on, not only with the crypto legislation in the United States. The vote for FIT21 that I mentioned is going to be tomorrow. Quartal is his own thing, California Contrarian, and I definitely need to get in touch with my homeboy and get some more coverage on what Quartal has to offer. And I've been slacking on getting involved. Yeah, I see you mentioning Aaron Day. I definitely need to get in touch with Aaron Day. And if you actually have his contact, let me know. I am, and that would help me out immensely, because I would definitely be interested. I just haven't had a chance to check out any of his content. I know that he did something recently with Anarchast, Patrick from Anarchast, I believe. So, but yeah, I definitely want to know what you guys think about this crypto legislation in the United States, which the FIT21, pull it back up on screen, bear with me, because I can't remember what it stands for again. The Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act, FIT21. The vote goes on tomorrow for that. Tomorrow is also Bitcoin Pizza Day. Me and Blood are going to do a live stream either 2 or 3 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, the 22nd, on Pizza Day, talking about Pizza Day. And maybe we will have a decision by then when it comes to the vote for the FIT21 Act. And then I will get Blood's 2 Satoshis on this Ethereum ETF that discludes the staking language. And again, you can still issue an ETF on something that you deem, that the SEC deems a security, if they change the rules. And it looks like that's what they're doing. They are definitely changing the rules by taking out the staking mechanism from the verbiage. So it's going to be really interesting. Let me go ahead and go up to the comments and see what we got going on here with some of the feedback here. Yes, again, I have not seen Aaron Day's interview with Steven Narayoff either. And I know he did the interview with Roger Ver as well. Definitely interesting that they're doing that. The control freaks don't want you free. Good way of putting it. Jonah Curry, Green Z, thanks for tuning in. And this was that Quartal Project comment from California Contrarian. I love the name. I'm just wondering if your middle name is K. Tara Spence is saying XRP is not a security. Matthew Millar, M&M, thanks for tuning in. He's saying, how does proof of stake make Ethereum a security? AFAIK, securities are investment instruments. EG gives us Bitcoin for a token called ETH, and we will use the Bitcoin to develop Ethereum to pump Ethereum value. Doesn't security just mean only accredited $1 million accounts can participate? It definitely limits retail investors being involved in projects that are deemed securities. What if it's a buy the rumor, sell the news event? That's very possible. It's very well possible. The decision is, again, the 23rd. This Thursday is the final deadline for the Ethereum ETF. So we will see what happens. Mr. X is saying you should order a pizza tomorrow during the show. I might see about if getting a pizza made and go pick it up, because I got a really good pizza place right down the street from me. The actual pizza came from a Papa John's pizza, and I don't eat Papa John's or Domino's pizza. I try to go to real pizza places. So I'm going to talk to my local pizza shop and see if they can put together a nice pepperoni pizza for me, and see if they can actually take the pepperoni and put it in the logo of a Bitcoin. So I'll let you know. You'll find out on tomorrow's show at 2 or 3 o'clock if we're able to do that. Thanks for seeing you, good seeing you, Misko. And I am Rice, or anyone in the chat heard rumors that some Bitcoiners are now looking at Bitcoin Cash because both have total supply, but Bitcoin Cash has dynamic block size now. I mean, it's the Bitcoin Cash argument versus Bitcoin. What's the real Bitcoin? I don't think that there's been a lot of traction on that. And then locking up Roger Ver conveniently when they did Roger Ver, excuse me, when they did Ver. Why am he told me how to say his last name, and now I'm questioning if it's a Ver or Veer. It's Veer. It is Veer. Because I was thinking over, but it is Veer. So Roger Ver. If the timing of his arrest was really interesting, being that it just happened maybe a few weeks or less after the release of Hijacking Bitcoin book, which I have right here. And as a matter of fact, since we're talking about good old Roger, let me go ahead and get up the website for Hijacking Bitcoin if you guys want to order the book, because it's an excellent book. I've talked about it on previous live streams, and I definitely encourage you to check it out. Hijackingbitcoin.com. You can buy from Amazon, or you can buy it with crypto. It's a great book, The Hidden History of BTC. Now, I'm going to do something. You guys might know what I'm going to do, but while this is taking place, please take an opportunity, smash that like button and repost. All right. I feel better. Thank you so much. And we got some pizza in the house. Pizza in the house. And you think it's on Audible. I don't know. If it is, that's cool. But I liked reading it. It's a great book. Definitely encourage you guys to check out Hijacking Bitcoin, The Hidden History of BTC. So definitely check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And again, take an opportunity to let me know after this video, after this live stream, what do you think about this U.S. crypto legislation that's taking place? What do you think about specifically? Well, somebody knows what was going on. What do you think about specifically with the FIT21 and delineating the responsibilities between, or differentiating and deliberating between the CFTC and the SEC about this Secretary of Commerce for the legislation that was passed yesterday? And also let me know your thoughts when it comes to this Ethereum ETF, knowing that something can still be deemed a security and also have an ETF offered, and knowing what the specifics are with that. And let me kind of go back to that for just a moment. So yes, again, the SEC can issue an ETF on something that's considered a security as long as the SEC staff is directed to work with the applicants to create a structure that fits within the law. So let's say, technically, let me get back up on the screen here. Okay, so let's just say, and I'll repeat that because I think it's really important as you see what's on screen. So we'll say it again. Yes, the SEC can issue an ETF on something that's considered a security as long as the SEC staff is directed to work with the applicants to create a structure that fits within the law. And that might be removing the language of staking, because it seems as if the SEC may try to come up with the argument that because Ethereum moved from proof of work to proof of stake, they're offering a reward, it now makes it a security. What are your thoughts? Because again, if ETH is deemed a security, it will set a precedent for the industry. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I saw a comment that somebody must have deleted. No, this was it. I technically have allergies too, but it's a very minor allergy when it comes to what you heard. Very interesting. Matthew is saying financial co-ops, crypto isn't finance, crypto transactions and smart contract crypto is programmable transactions. Financial is commercial term, financial labels, acquiescence, jurisdiction. The other thing is too is yeah, no, I was thinking something else, but you know, you are very well spoken, Matthew. You understand a lot of the legal system, and I appreciate your input and your thoughts. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for taking the time to not only watch, but to share your opinion and your thoughts. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining us, because time is our most valuable asset. ETHgate is real and unsettling. And is this about making Ethereum a security? I'm not 100% sure I know the intricacies of ETHgate. I will have to look it up. And if you have contact for the gentleman that you mentioned, let me know. You have my contact information. So reach out to me and let me know if you have his contact information. And if you want to send me a quick text and let me know what ETHgate is, I greatly appreciate it as well. So thank you for that, my friend. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. Thursday is going to be an interesting day. June is going to be an interesting month. We've got a lot going on for cryptocurrency. So pay attention. Have a game plan. Have an exit plan. Be smart. It's the best thing I can offer you and tell you. Tara Spence is saying Congress always has bills with so many pages. I'm sure nobody has read it. I can tell you specifically, I have not read any of this legislation. And I will tell you that when I do read this legislation, it is probably the best thing I can do to go to sleep. It's like taking a sleeping pill on steroids. So I do appreciate, again, you guys tuning in. If you're watching again on the X side, if you guys are reposting this, it brings more eyes and attention onto these live streams, and it might bring more followers to my account so that they might find out about content like this, which would be greatly appreciated. Smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe over on the YouTube and the Rumble side. I am going to play that AI generated song that I played earlier. Now, if you guys missed it or you have not heard it, Seth from the YouTube channel, Mind Your Biz. And if you're not subscribed to his channel, I encourage you to make sure you are. Let me see if I can pull his channel up real quick while we're live. Mine? What is the problem here? And let me go ahead and get a link to his channel pulled up. My computer is going so slow. Okay, so I have his channel pulled up. Going to do a screen share. Going to drop it in the chat. One of my other brothers from another mother, Mr. Seth, from the channel Mind Your Biz, he had created a song for the channel using AI that generated the song. So make sure you subscribed over his channel. And he changed a little bit of the words, changed a little bit of the stuff up because I guess it was not 100% cohesive with a lot of things. So he did change a few things to make sure that it was more representative to the channel. But I do want to thank my friend Seth from Mind Your Biz for creating this awesome track. It's called Rice TVX in the Digital Streets. And this is how we're going to wrap up today's live stream. Smash that like button. Make sure you subscribed. Enjoy. And we'll see you tomorrow on Bitcoin Pizza Day. Again, me and Crypto Blood, we're going to be streaming at either 2 or 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, the 22nd of May, for Pizza Day. Talk about what happens with this FIT21 bill and give our 2 Satoshis with Ethereum ETF, because maybe we'll have a decision by then.
Rice TVX, the mic's live wire.
Much
American Pitbull, real gold buyer. Sound money advocate, rights defender. In the crypto arena, he's the top contender. From the gritty streets of the digital age, Rice lays wisdom, chapter and page. Silver, gold, he scores only the bold. Land, life, and liberty, these values hold.
Hey, check it out. Remember, 9 o'clock p.m. really goes down on Twitter at
Constitution, deep dive, knowledge revival. Navigate the system, critical for survival. Rights engraved like inscriptions on metal. Pitbull in the game, lead foot on the pedal. Land acquirer, a strategic mind. In the fight for freedom, he's frontline. Educate on rights, the law he'll explain. Chris Rice the Pitbull, breaking the chain. In the arena where truths collide, Rice TVX, the certified guide. Silver and gold, land and rights. American Pitbull in the freedom fights. In a world of chaos, he's the calm in the storm. Teaching the masses, ready to inform. Keys to crypto, rights we cherish. His wisdom lights paths that others perish. Guardian of wealth, from digital to ancient. His legacy crafted, fearless and patient.
Yeah. Make sure you're tuning in. O'clock p.m. Eastern time. That is about 40 minutes away. That is for 27. Really good sales. Yeah, boy. Make sure you tune in. Thanks again for joining me. Greatly appreciate. Smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe, repost. And as always, I encourage you to be a blessing to others. Treat people how you want to be treated. Be the glitch that you want to see in this matrix. Be the change that you want to see in this world. Until next time, make sure you know yourself. Smoke grass, touch grass.